For today's Cyber CEO episode,
I think it's just that a lot of those tasks that are really important and need to get done, the urgent and important things that get dropped on our plate, knowing that those consistent tasks are going to be taken care of and the other stuff is not going to fall apart just because I'm not looking at it. That has been the biggest thing. Just like knowing that the wheels are going to keep spinning, even though I might have to handle a random thing that comes up. They're all over the ops team.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details.
Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is 𝗙𝗪𝗶𝗹. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest coming back to the show. Emily, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
There we go. Now, we'd like to thank you for your time. We know you're very busy. Really appreciate you being here again. Now, to start things off, we just wanted to know more about, of course, your experience with Cyberbacker. So how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker so far, Emily?
Almost a year since last August.
Okay, so almost a year. A lot of exciting stuff, of course. Now, was this your first time to work with someone virtual with Cyberbacker?
So before that, we had worked with another company, and then this August was our first time having a Cyberbacker.
Okay, so not really your first rodeo working with someone virtual then. Now, talk to me about that virtual leverage during the beginning. What were your initial thoughts about it before you even got to work with them?
Yeah, good question. I mean, there was definitely a lot of reservation on our team. People didn't think that it was going to work out, that it was going to be possible, that we were going to be able to have enough for them to do, or feel confident enough in what they were doing. And so, so I just set out to try.
There we go. Of course, just to try. And again, now you're going on your first year with Cyberbacker. Now, talk to me more about your personal Cyberbacker, the person that you're working with now. What's it like working with your Cyberbacker?
Yeah, so we actually have, we just added our fourth Cyberbacker on our team.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know. So we got 𝗙𝗻𝗃𝗃 last year, and she worked closely with me for the majority of that time. And then we decided to add on a couple more Cyberbackers. And then as soon as people were really seeing that it was working, so now everyone wants one. So yeah, I really have to give a lot of shout out to 𝗙𝗃𝗃. She really did an awesome job. It took a long time. People were super, like I said, skeptical at first. They didn't think it was going to work. And every little mistake that she made, poor thing, people were catching it and calling it out and, really not thinking it was going to work. And I was just like, just wait, just like with anyone new, it's going to take time. We're going to get there. And we really did. And so now she really has opened the door for us to be able to add on more leverage for our team. And now everyone's really appreciating it. I mean, we're still in the process with a couple of them. They're still in that beginning phase where we're working out the kinks. They're learning what we want. So it's definitely, I think, the thing for me to always remember is that it's always a process. And,
Yes.
It definitely takes time, and it takes a lot of effort on our part too, to make sure that we are making our expectations clear, because they can't fix what they don't know. So
Absolutely agree there. Now, talk to me about that. Coming into the interview, I thought you only had 3. Now you're going on 4 Cyberbackers.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. How did that start? Talk to me about 𝗙𝗃𝗃 first. She's your first Cyberbacker, right?
Yeah. So we hired her on as a marketing assistant, really to help out with social media. Social media kind of stuff, our brochures, listing marketing and just team marketing and stuff in general. And so we had her, and she really was able to take on more and more stuff. We started her out part-time because we weren't sure how to do full-time. And now she's expanded. After she really maxed out that part-time, we took her on full-time. So so Roxette does marketing, and then we actually added another marketing assistant, and we split those roles. So Roxette is really focused on the branding and all of our brand marketing and all of the, that kind of content. And the newer Cyberbacker is focusing on our listing marketing. And it's really fun this time because I don't have to train this person because Roxette is training her. So it's really great. I taught her really what we wanted, really worked hard with her. Poor thing, corrected every little thing for her. And now she is training this new person, 𝗙𝗃𝗃. And and then we also have a compliance assistant who's our newest Cyberbacker, and she's really working on like the command submission of whatever they call it, inputting all the paperwork for 𝗙𝗃𝗃 so that we can get paid, as well as like some bookkeeping and stuff. And then 𝗏𝗏 she works on closing coordination. So she is working closely with our closing coordinator. So yeah, that's what we've got going on, and it's a lot of fun.
Gosh, so basically they're everywhere then in the business. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're all over the ops team.
Now, what's that like, working with people, or again, cyberbackers that you don't meet in person, but just through video call mostly? How does the communication look like there?
I mean, we meet regularly over Zoom. And so that helps. I actually don't live in any of the locations that our team has business either. So I'm virtual as well. So it's not that odd of a thing for us to have someone who is fully virtual. So we have meetings, we have ops meetings, and get to chat. And then I have one-on-ones with all of them. And WhatsApp, I use WhatsApp. So they talk to me on that all day. I tell them basically any way you can get in touch with me: call, text, email, WhatsApp, smoke signal, Google Chat. Like, I really don't care as long as you're reaching out. So
there we go. How important is that you that you establish that good communication with people that you're working with virtually? How crucial is communication?
Yeah, I mean, it's important everywhere in your life, right? If we, like I said, if we don't make things clear, if we don't make our expectations clear, if we don't tell people what we want, then they can't fix it. And then we're just building up like resentment and animosity. And so, I always tell them to over communicate with me. Tell me what's going on, tell me where you're stuck, tell me, whatever. I'm going to be, and I'll tell this even to new agents that join our team. I am much happier to have you ask me 100 questions than to have you be completely quiet, because if you're asking me questions, I know that you're engaging. So ask away, bother me as much as you want. We actually, with our newest Cyberbacker, Katrina, she's working with, someone else on the team closely, and they have been just sitting on a Zoom call for her entire shift, and they just keep themselves muted. And then whenever she has a question, she just unmutes herself, asks the question, and they go on. So I haven't done that extent of communication, but that's been working for them.
So they are really communication in any kind of partnership, very, very important. Now, talk to me about your Cyberbackers. How do you create such a successful partnership? Imagine it's already difficult creating a partnership with one person. Now you have 4 Cyberbackers. How do you make each and every partnership successful?
I mean, I think, like you said, it comes down to communication. If we're talking, then I know that we're doing okay. And just having clear expectations. One thing that we, having that one sheet or that, list of their tasks, and working on or focusing on mastering those before we add on new ones has really helped. I literally turned her job description, for one of them, into a checklist. And so now I know, I'm like, okay, I trained you on this one. and we can review it, but, I check off all the ones that we've really gone through and that I feel confident in. And now we go on to the next one. So yeah, I think just continuing to work, knowing that it's a process, continuing to communicate, and, even with someone in the US who starts working, on our team, it takes time for someone to really understand everything and to really get into the process and get into that brain space and know how I would make a decision. So yeah, I have to be willing to stop and listen and look at what they're doing, and then not think the biggest pitfall that a lot of people fall into is when they find a mistake, they fix it themselves. And for me, I work really hard. I used to be an elementary school teacher, so I know that like every mistake is a learning opportunity. If I fix it for you, well, you're learning something different. You're learning that I'm going to change, I'm going to fix it for you so you don't have to do it correctly. And you're also learning, you're not learning how to do it correctly. So yeah, just like making as many corrections as possible, making as many notes as possible, and taking the time to do that.
Of course, that growth mindedness, of course, very, very important. That again, every day we can learn something new. Now, about the partnership that you have with your cyberbackers, going on the first year of what you talked about earlier, what's been the biggest impact of cyberbackers in your business so far?
I mean, I think it's just that a lot of those tasks that are really important and need to get done, but we get so distracted by all of the other random things that pop in, all of the emergencies, the urgent and important things that get dropped on our plate because, something happens, there's a flood, there's whatever, and we've got to deal with that. Knowing that those consistent tasks are going to be taken care of and the other stuff is not going to fall apart just because I'm not looking at it. I think that has been the biggest thing, just like knowing that the wheels are going to keep spinning, even though I might have to handle a random thing that comes up.
So really, things are going to get done. Tasks are going to get done because you have your cyberbacker to support you with those. Now, one last thing, for sure, once we have this uploaded, your cyberbackers are going to be able to listen and watch this. So I was wondering, would you want to give them a quick shout out before we end today?
What should I say? Well, I mean, I think I've said this 100 times, but I will say it again. Just that I'm really, really been impressed with 𝗙ecie. We've worked really hard together, and she really has opened doors for the other cyberbackers on our team and gaining confidence. In our team gaining confidence in cyberbackers. And then just with the 3 new ladies, I'm super excited to get to know them more, to figure out how they work more, to learn more from them, and to see what continued impact they can have on our team as well. So yeah, let's see what happens.
There we go. That's the exciting part. Of course, we're very, very excited to see the continued success and the growth of this partnership. And again, Emily, thank you very much for coming back to the show. Always have fun having you on the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.